refresh. Hello, I'm back. I don't know if it automatically restarts if you're already on the page. It did automatically restart for me, so. Hi, Sick Nasty, your stream. I hope you have a good stream, bestie. I don't know if you're listening, but I hope it's very poggers. Restart same time, same thing as your. Exactly. See, everybody F5 at once. What if the whole world would the internet? Okay, concept. If the whole world were to F5 on their internet browsers simultaneously, would that crash the internet? Would that fill up the internet tubes? Okay, everybody get ready, because we're gonna try VTube Studio 2.0. Attempt 2. Stream 2. It's so weird seeing your username being It's Camus, because I'm like, who is that? Who the hell is that? Who is that person in my chat? My favorite part of this is that it's still not working. Okay, concept. Re-add the source. That'll work, right? Maybe? Do I add a video cap? I do add a video capture. It's working! It's, hello everyone! Hi, it's working now! As you can see, my Halloween costume is Dr. Von Kitty if he wasn't bald. So that's Dr. Von that's my how I'm dressed up as Dr. Von Kitty if he wasn't bald, everybody. Yep, it's pretty funny. Pretty funny bit, everybody. Can I get some KEKW, some Monka Pog champs in the chat? Modern browsers cache website info, so info. I'm ending stream for saying info, and it checks for differences and only downloads that. So what you're telling me is internet tubes would not be full. Give me one moment. Nice toop. Thanks. I'm pretty cheesed by my toop. I think it's a pretty good toop. Info. Where are you leaving, guy? What, does this cheese you? Is it? Do you feel terror at Dr. Von Kitty? Having hair. There we go. Let's get a good like green shade on. Okay, you told me to pog, so I'm leaving. Wait, why would you leave just because I told you to pog? You just don't like being told what to do. This is Monka Pog champ worthy. Damn right. Imagine somebody who gets here and like doesn't recognize me. They're like, who the hell? Where is Dr. Von Kitty and what did you do with? You're a bad boy. So true. I'm eating gushers. Okay. So, very scary stream. This is, I can't even begin to express to you what's coming. Okay? None of you. Ow. Thank you. It's Camus for you're my 500th follower, bestie. Wow, that's crazy. Well, you know, we have another viewer named Camus. It's kind of crazy that we'd have a Knit Camus and a Camus. That's just wild. You're shivering in your boots. You should be. Pause poggers. There you go. I should pause. No, shower me and gift some. Let's see. We go to the. I may have forgotten. May have forgotten to fix that. Okay. So let me just get down here in the corner. Yeah. Rest in peace, Garfield. She's my twin. Oh wow. That's kind of base as hell, actually, in Blood Boy. That's base as hell, bestie. Thank you for gifting us up to Say, to Barney DNL, to Renieri, to Christigia, and to Mint Distress. That's very epic and boggers of you, bestie. Thank you. Holy shit. That was a meme. Well, I should show pause more often. This is how it starts. This is the downfall of cat society. Thanks, bestie. I appreciate it. Wow. Thank you, Ed Blobboy, for the 5 gifted subs. That's really poggers of you. Okay. Okay. You're not ready. What does Garfield think about? He's dead. I wasn't joking. Garfield canonically is dead in the Dr. Von Kitty universe. He sacrificed him. Okay. Update on Dr. Von Kitty lore for anybody who did not see last stream. My arch nemesis is now President Dan Kiernan of Olive Garden. I'm considering whether or not I should call him like Candiernan and call it like D'Olive Garden so I don't get sued for false use of their imagery. But currently it's Dan Kiernan, president of Olive Garden. He battled me. We had a battle because I was WD-40ing my gamer chair and drinking WD-40 in his Olive Garden, and he was worried about the health violations. So, and also he's evil because Olive Garden is an evil corporation. And we battled. He nearly defeated me, but Garfield, my one-time lover, sacrificed his life. His last words were lasagna. I guess last word was lasagna. And I was able to defeat President Dan Kiernan of Olive Garden, though maybe he's actually still alive. Wink, 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 nudge, nudge. That Zupatusk. I mean, listen, Olive Garden may be evil. President Dan Kiernan may be my arch nemesis, but you better fucking believe I am still going to be eating at Olive Garden.
Really tired, so I GTG, but have a fun / horrifying stream.
Thank you.
Travunkle.
Thank you, Donatello, for resubscribing with Prime Gaming for 13 months. I really appreciate it. Dr. Vungle, do you have a good sleep, bestie? I really, really appreciate it. One of our legendary founders. Can we get a Donatello shout out? I don't think you stream, but can we get a Donatello shout out in the gamer chat right now? Okay. Sometimes I still go to visit the graves of Greed and Camos on the Olive Garden. Oh, I know, because Camos is canonically your twin. That's right. That makes a lot of sense. That makes quite a bit of sense. I was really worried, so I just opened a very bright web page. I was worried people would like be able to see the light on my face, which doesn't make a transparent of sense. Is that a hype train? I don't think there's a hype train. It's a hype train. It's close. My second favorite thing, only to game. What? Oh, when you shut it, last played no game. That's a big Dr. Von Kitty moment. Imagine playing games on stream. Can't imagine. You do the same thing when there's a bright screen. That's really funny. Oh my god, we're like twinsies. We're like twinsies. Is everybody ready? I'm about to reveal the scariest thing you will ever see in your life. Not only today on Halloween on Twitch.tv, probably in your life you will never see anything scarier than what you're about to see. Okay? Well, your face isn't glowing because it's in the shot, but the screen is. Exactly. See, 3 hour good so. Are we ready? Can we get a little drum roll, please? I hope this is as funny as I've been building it up to. So, when I think about what scares me the most, I don't think, oh, monsters, or oh, spiders, aliens, oh, phasmophobia, ghosts, or you know, none of those things, diet pill, none of those things frighten me, because those are just things. They are but temporal. I can run from them. Even Araxica, I can run from you. I can flee you. I can escape you. But there is one thing we cannot escape. One true terror in which we have no choice but to live in that society. So today, on the Dr. Von Kitty stream, we're going to be reading the entire Wikipedia article on society, because I can think of no greater horror than society itself, because we live in a society. This came to me like last night, and I was like, this would be funny, right? This would be a good bit. People okay, no, it's funny. It's a funny bit. We're gonna read about pastoral societies. What's scarier than a pastoral society? I'm about to have my Joker moment. Too far, and listen, okay, I warned you. We are living in a society. I warned you. This is bright as hell. I warned you how scary this stream was going to be. Okay? I warned you that you were going to be absolutely horrified. Pictured a family in the Savannah-Ket, Laos. Yep, that's pretty scary. Look at that. Is this not the scariest thing you've ever seen in your life? It's a school of fish near Fiji. The fish live in a society. They're like sheeple, but fish. He just like me for real. What's scarier than an aquatic social structure? Title: reading the Wikipedia article on society. Warning, this is the scariest stream on Twitch.tv. Here we go. Society, but dark and wet too. I know, it's like society, but what if it was underwater? Mr. Ormvale. I refuse to elaborate on the context of you calling Mr. Ormvale, but welcome, good dogger. How's it going, bestie? Hope you're doing well. Today, we're reading the Wikipedia article on society, because there is nothing scarier than living in a society. Aristotle bursting into the Agora with a cat in miniature lingerie. Behold the heart. Rex can just say some of the funniest shit sometimes. Also, you know what would be legendary? Because she did Peepo Leave earlier. I don't think she's sent anything since then. Did she do Peepo Leave? I thought she did. Oh, yeah, she did. What if she just, it'd be legendary, she just never comes back. If she truly Peepo left and never Peepo returns. Okay. Also, so some of you, any Dr. Von Kitty Twitter enjoyers may have seen. If not, it's Twitter/Dr. Von Kitty. Twitter.com. Oh, nope, it's not Twitter. It's just Twitter. Hi, Thuraro. Did you Peepo Leave? I didn't think you just Peepo right. You Peepo right. You just got closer to the screen. You were there, and then you were like, that's you approaching the screen. You're now like, your nose is touching. Everybody who wants to give Dr. Von Kitty a smooch, everybody give, okay, put your face on the screen. Everybody get smoochy time. This is a anime boyfriend stream now. Smoochy stream. I kiss you. That was your one opportunity. If you didn't give Dr. Von Kitty a smooch, I'm deleting the VODs. And this is a development for sure. I'm literally just in shock because I'm so afraid of society. Okay, what else can you expect from me? I was gonna share this dank meme already recorded on OBS, already backed up on like 12 different cloud services, already put on what is that? It's BitTorrent, already BitTorrented. It is already on the blockchain. I created this meme. This came to me randomly on the other morning, and I was like, man, this would be funny, right? This would be a funny meme if I were to make this as a meme. So this is on my Twitter. But you see there, my cat girl on the stream, you may recall when we went down the previous Wikipedia rabbit hole, her name is Wikipetan. And she's the Wikipedia cat girl. So she will be joining us. She's canonically Dr. Von Kitty's waifu. She will be joining us on the stream. She'll be here. Oh, no, don't attach to me. In fact, I actually want to add her separately such that she can be behind me. She is very nice. She's perfect. She knows everything too. She literally has knowledge of every single thing in the world. She is the only reason I can handle society. Whatever you do, please don't read healthcare. See, that would, there's a number of articles that would have been very entertaining, such as reading healthcare in the United States would have been good bits for scary stream moments. What's her name? It's Wikipetan. I assume that's how you pronounce it. It's here, I'll type it. Wikipetan, like that. And the one time I trolled Jagex LLC, I don't know what that is. Is that a decent? Every time I find myself reading something in chat and I don't know what it means, I have a terrible sinking suspicion that it's because it's a D's Nuts joke. Yeah, there you go. That's the article. I think that's the one that has a bunch of pictures. I got this one from there. So she will be with us on our journey. Thankfully. Wikipedia D's Nuts. And probably you edited the Jagex Wikipedia article. Oh, I see. So you committed a crime. Complained that anime boyfriend's being Kai's thing and Kimberly should not steal it. Now I leave again. Okay, well, here's the thing. What would Dr. Von Kitty stream be if I wasn't stealing others' content? You think I have my own content? You think I have original ideas? Everything I've ever done has been derived from something else somebody else did. Okay, I wish that literally that is you. That's you. You. I mean, you don't have anime waifus. You have fucking Levi. You have Levi jeans on your screen. Okay, let's get into it. We got quite a bit of reading to do, gamers. So I hope you're ready. Society. I'm already quaking right now. My body is physically shaking because I'm so scared of what I'm about to do. Just reading the word society is already too. I'm starting to realize this bit is going to get stale very quickly. I'm sorry, everyone. Don't bully me. Bold of you to ask not to be bullied when you are the bulliest bully ever did bully. You put on boots just so you could shiver in your boots. That's actually pretty based. I approve of that. I don't own any boots. I'm sorry. I do own light up Heelys, by the way. Also look at my Twitter if you want to see a picture of my light up Heelys. Remarkably, they have cat-sized. Also, I got a reply from the official Heelys Twitter account. So Raska's words of wisdom. You have to commit full sin to your joke and wholly believe it's the most funny. I mean, that's like my whole thing, right? Is bit commitment. If I can't commit to the bit, then I have nothing. You have goosebumps, as you should. As you should have goosebumps, because this is a very, very scary thing they're about to do. Yeah, the officially, well, because they track, I added them and they also track the word Heelys, so they like respond to people's tweets about them. But it still makes me feel very important because Heelys are truly, if we did not live in a society, we would not have Heelys. So what does that tell you about society? Okay, no time to waste. I'm kind of not vibing with this music anymore. Kai is the Napoleon of bullies? What does that even mean? DMCA free horrors synthwave mix. Okay. Okay. Alright. I looked at this horror. All of the games were programmed in Java. Jagex had announced the site was targeted towards the hard casual, deep casual, or time pressured gaming market and intended to expand in the mobile phone game market. Wow, mobile gaming. Truly no greater horror. Am I right? My PC gamers. Wow, I go on Reddit. I too am a Redditor. I'm trying to find the Firefox here. PC gamer and a Redditor. I think it's important. So scary music. I like this one, but if I get tired of this one, I will request new options. Can't prove that. Caveman had wheels. They didn't include and made Heelys. That's true. Well, Caveman had society, right? They had a sort of rudimentary society, as we'll get to here in the article. Society. I'm sorry if anybody's like, if you need a minute, it's okay if you need to like pause the stream. If you need to step away from the stream, it's okay. I forgive you. All right. If you need a breather from this stream, that's perfectly valid. Nailing crossplay not to improve queue times, but to crush noobs harder. You're so right, my fellow Redditor. Okay. I'm not going to delay any longer, even though I'm terrified. Society. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. You're going to take a quick 6-month breather. It would be legendary if you just didn't come back for 6 months. Please don't do that. I'll be sad and alone. For other uses, see society disambiguation. Period. My brother in Reddit. You refuse to explain your why would you people arrive just to say I refuse to elaborate and leave again? Why would you do that? That's a big Dr. Von Kitty thing to do, and I don't approve of anything I would do. A society, we live in a society, is a group of individuals involved in persistent. So persistent. You want to know true horror? That's this right here. Persistent social interaction is my horror. I have nightmares about that. I wake up in a cold sweat because I was interacting with other human people in my dream. That right there, and you everybody laughed at me. You were like, "This is a joke. This is not funny. I'm Peepo leaving," and yet you're telling me that your deepest, darkest nightmare is not being persistently forced into social interaction. Can cats even sweat? I don't know actually. Green might remember because you paid attention during Wikipedia class. You're getting in your virtual steps. You got to get 10,000, so you got quite a bit of stepping to do. Most bad things in life are caused by other people. What about Dr. Von Kitty? Ever think about that? Other human people, there's one you do persistently interact with. Me. I mean, meow. I'm a cat. Here, another banger. Or a large social group. I kind of wish that they were more synchronized, so like they left and arrived like... Well, no. Actually, I think it's right how it is. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I'm too easily distracted right now. I'm trying to avoid society. But again, I'll remind you all, we live in a society. Okay. Sorry, I was finishing my gushers. A large social group sharing the same spatial or social territory, typically subject to the same political authority and dominant cultural expectations. Look, what Wikipedia is saying here, what this is saying right here is that we live in a society. Is Twitch a social territory? Well, social refers to social organisms, including humans, that live collectively in interacting populations. This interaction is considered social, whether they are aware or not, and whether the exchange is voluntary or involuntary. We live in a society. Every single article on society on Wikipedia, you can summarize as we live in a society. Environments are a lot more attached, nevertheless we are presently participating in the activity of being here. That's true. That's true. So we live in a Twitch society is what you're saying. Aren't gushers a byproduct of society? Yes, they are. And you know what's... It may be horrifying, but they kind of popped off with gushers, all right? I may hate living in a society, but I do like eating gushers. It's the opium of the masses. Societies are characterized, we live in a society, by the way, by patterns of relationships, social relations. For example, parasocial relationships. That's Wikipedia. Okay, you want give Wikipedia a smooch, everybody. We don't want to. Okay, actually, if you want to smooch from Wikipedia, here you go. You have a smooch. That's her smooching you. She wants to smooch you. She loves you. And now, if you don't like Wikipedia, well, Dr. I have real hair. My hair is very real. Give me a smooch. Parasocial, everybody. I have a parasocial relationship with smoochies. Don't laugh at me for removing my toupee by accident. I'm sensitive about it. Smooches your hair. My hair in air quotes. Unbelievable. Rejecting modernity, returning to monkey. I wish that was me. Okay. We haven't even gone through the first paragraph yet of the society article. Societies, we live in a society, are characterized by patterns of relationships between individuals who share a distinctive culture and institutions. For example, twitch.tv/Dr. Von Kitty is an institution. A given society may be described as the sum total of such relationships among its constituent of members. In the social sciences, a larger society, we live in a society, often exhibits stratification or dominance patterns in subgroups. So the larger the society, we live in a society, the more there is stratification. For example, you sort of get bullied as a youth and nobody loves you and you're very sad all the time and therefore you pretend to be a cat on the internet. That was too good. I did not intend to take off my toupee, I swear it. Streamer giving smoochies? I am. But you're having to gift 100 subs if you want more smoochies. That's a lie. I'm going to give smoochies for free because I'm lonely. That was a very sad statement I just made. Societies, we live in a society, construct patterns of behavior by deeming certain actions or concepts as acceptable or unacceptable. These patterns of behavior within a given society, we live in a society, are known as societal norms. We live in a societal norm. Societies, we live in societies, and their norms undergo gradual and perpetual changes. So what this is telling us right here is that certain things in society are acceptable. For example, having a job, or going to the bowling alley, or eating a pretzel. Some behaviors are unacceptable. For example, pretending to be a cat on the internet. Education dominance patterns some groups caused by large-scale intrinsic society among nationalized humans. So true. So true, bestie. Are Sigma males actually in the society or just instantly in the social territory? I don't know. You'd have to ask a Sigma male. I'm a Sigma cat. So if you ask me what are Sigma cats, I can answer that. But I cannot explain to you. Society is at fault for the delusion of objective morality. So true. We live in a society. Riley is allowed to say that. Insofar as it is collaborative, a society, we live in a society, can enable its members to benefit in ways that would otherwise be difficult on an individual basis. For example, one can eat gushers. Both individual and social, common, benefits can thus be distinguished or in many cases found to overlap. A society, we live in a society, can also consist of like-minded people governed by their own norms and values within a dominant, larger society. This is sometimes referred to as a subculture, a term used exclusively within criminology, and also applied to distinctive subsections of a larger society. We live in a society. For example, one subculture may be watching me pretend to be a cat on the internet. Society is at fault for morality. Society is at fault for society, if you really think about it. This question sounds a lot like society. That's true. Individuals can have a relationship with moral concepts outside of society and can't know because none of us are able to exist outside of a society. I mean, we live in a society, so really, what else can you think? More broadly, and especially within structuralist thought, A society, we live in a society, may be illustrated as an economic, social, industrial, or cultural infrastructure. What the fuck is cultural? Oh, I thought it was one thing. Made up of, yet distinct from, a varied collection of individuals. In this regard, society, we live in a society, can mean the objective relationships people have with the material world and with other people, rather than, quote, other people, unquote, beyond the individual and their familiar social environment. Insert joke about me pretending to be a cat on the internet and relating it back to this paragraph. What is structuralist thought? Wow. Augers. Why do I feel like I've popped into a college lecture about society, 2P equals Professor Kempty? Well, you know, funnily enough, last time that I did the Wikipedia, when we read the cat article on Wikipedia, I actually did it as like this is like Cats 101 lecture. I think I still have, I had a laser pointer and everything. Let me see if I can find it. Probably still have it saved. Lines and dots. You can abstract society as a series of tubes. Here we go. It's my laser pointer. It would be really cool to have a laser pointer just as my cursor, but I'll just have to have it on my tail. My miniature lightsaber. I should also add a content warning. We should add text to the screen that's like, warning, very scary. We live in a society. Put that down there in the corner. Just make sure people, you know, I want them to know what they're getting into, right? I don't want them to feel as though like they're being bamboozled by what's happening. Society lecture is really going to flip Kempty's awake. I mean, I could flip myself right now. I don't know if you want that, but I could. False prophet. You mean like the cat pope? I'm not gonna bring out the cat pope. That's a lot of work. Etymology and usage. The term, quote, society, unquote, quote, we live in a society, unquote, came from the 12th century French société, we live in a société, meaning company. This was in turn from the Latin word societas, we live in a societas, which in turn was derived from the noun socius, we live in a socius, meaning comrade, friend, ally. Used to describe a bond or interaction between parties that are friendly or at least civil. Without an article, the term can refer to the entirety of humanity, also, quote, society in general, unquote, quote, we live in a society in general, unquote, quote, society at large, unquote, quote, we live in a society at large, unquote, etc. Although those who are unfriendly or uncivil to the remainder of society, we live in a society, in this sense may be deemed to be, quote, anti-social. For example, if you spend all your time on twitch.tv watching me pretend to be a cat on the internet. Warning, very scary. Okay, you're right. You're so right, actually. You're so right, and you should say it. Warning, very scary. We live in a society. So true. So true and so valid. Professor Kempty shines his laser pointer in students' eyes and don't pay attention. They can go blind, never pay attention again. That's exactly correct. I'm gonna shine it in your eyes right now, everybody. Okay, get ready. You're blind now. Pow, pow, pow. Gotcha. Get got. Pranked. Welcome to my show. This is cat pranks. It's a cat prank. Your eyes. Oh, you're just like that one SpongeBob character. Actually, I think he says my leg. Same difference, though. In the 1630s, it was used to reference to, quote, people bound by neighborhood and intercourse, aware of living together in an ordered community, unquote. However, in the 18th century, the Scottish economist Adam Smith taught that a society, that we live in a society, quote, may subsist among different men, as among different merchants, from a sense of its utility, without any mutual love or affection, if only they refrain from doing injury to each other. So true, Adam Smith. Thank you. That was base as hell of you, Adam Smith, to say that. Just like the cat article. You have to give me context. I mean, I'm sure I know what you're talking about, I just can't recall it. Conceptions. Humans, like you all, not me, I'm a cat, fall between pre-social and eusocial. Who social? Me social? Funny. Highest level of organization. Oh, well. In the spectrum of animal ethology. It's not funny enough to explain. You're so valid. You heckin' love hive minds. What are you, a Stellaris player? The great apes have always been more. Bonobo, Homo, and Pan. I've told a bonobo story on stream, right? I've talked about the bonobo story. Or less, gorilla pongo, social animals. According to anthropologist Maurice Gaudelier, one critical novelty in society, we live in a society, in contrast to humanity's closest biological relatives, chimpanzees and bonobos, is the parental role assumed by the males, which supposedly would be absent in our nearest relatives for whom paternity is not generally determinable. Source 4 and 5. That's the sources. Socializer, hardly know her, got him. The bonobo story is that I once witnessed a group of bonobos like beating a duck and like playing with it, and they were like throwing it like a football. It survived though, but it was pretty horrifying. Reject modernity, revert to monkey. So true. I like how the music kind of dropped as you said that. It's pretty based. In sociology, sociologist Peter L. Berger, hardly know her, defines society, we live in a society, as, quote, a human product, and nothing but a human product. Not a cat product, just a human product. He's saying all this, by this is all me, Peter Berger, saying this. Hello, it's not a cat product, it's a human product. That yet continuously acts, ellipses, upon its producer, bracket S, end quote. According to him, society, we live in a society, was created by humans, but this creation turns back and creates or molds humans every day. So we created a society, but then society created us! Now tell me that's not horrifying. Literally, what society is, it's the story of Frankenstein's monster. Yeah? Yeah, I bet you were all like, ah, oh, this is such a silly stream. Now you're kind of freaking out. Now you're a little scared. Now you're a little afraid. Music to be so quiet. Oh, sorry. Let me turn it up. Is it this one? Is that better? It's hard for me to tell because I got the headphones. Screaming and crying, as you should be, because this is horrifying. Let's create a song. No, we're meant to be. Well, we live in a society. So, who was the first human to be created by society? Show them to me. Who was the last human to create society? Let me see them. It was me and Wikipedia. Me and Wikipedia is the story of Adam and Eve retold. Source 6. Sociologist Gerhard Linsky differentiates societies, we live in societies, based on their level of technology, communication, and economy. What is this guy, a gamer? Does he play Civilization? 1. Source, Catasis. 1. Hunters, hardly knowers, and gatherers, hardly knowers. 2. Simple agricultural. 3. Advanced agricultural. That's the next tech in the tech tree. 4. Industrial. And 5, special. Example given, fishing societies will live in societies, or maritime societies will live in societies. This is similar to the system earlier developed by anthropologist Morton H. Freed, a conflict theorist, and Elman Service, an integration theorist, who have produced a system of classification for societies will live in societies in all human cultures based on the evolution of social inequality and the role of the state. Before we get to these, the social group enables its members to benefit in ways that would not otherwise be possible on an individual basis. Both individual and social common goals can thus be distinguished and considered. Ant, formatus I, social etiology. Ethology, I mispronounced it. Society's tale is always the first sexually reproducing creature. I mean, are you saying that like Archaebacteria can't have a society? Because that seems a little exclusive. You know, I think anybody can have a society. Are there any crepuscular societies? Tragically not, and I would know because I live in a non-crepuscular society. I'm a crepuscular creature living in a non-crepuscular society. You do include bacteria. Can we get a ban on that Blobboy? That was a monstrous thing to say. You cannot include bacteria. We all, including bacteria, live in a society. The system of classification of society, we live in a society, contains 4 categories. Hunter-gatherer bands, hardly knower bands. Categorization of duties and responsibilities. Then came the agricultural society. We live in an agricultural society. Tribal societies. We live in tribal societies, in which there are some limited instances of social rank and prestige. Stratified structures led by chieftains. Civilizations, with complex social hierarchies, organized institutional governments. Crepuscular. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't pronounce it for some reason. In 2022, you're excluding bacteria from society. Unbelievable. In addition to this, there are humanity, humankind, upon which rest all the elements of society. We live in a society, including society's beliefs. We live in a society with beliefs. Bacteria are people too. I mean, I'm a bacterium. Did you not know that? I'm but a bacterium, pretending to be a cat on the internet. You think, oh, how it's funny. The bit is that he's a human and he pretends to be a cat on the internet. No, I'm a bacterium that pretends to be a cat on the internet. That's fucking canon Dr. Von Kitty lore. Put that in the lore book. Virtual society, because we right now, gamers, we are in a virtual society right now on twitch.tv/Dr. Von Kitty. We are in a virtual society on twitch.tv/. A bacterium that pretends to be a human that pretends to be a cat on the internet who is still and only a part of a social territory. We live in a society. You're a blob too, you're so right. I'm a bacterium that pretends to be a cat. So true. Thank you, Green. Oh, quote number 50, let's go! Virtual society. We are presently living, right now in this moment, in a virtual society. A society, we live in a society, based on online identity, for example, twitch.tv/Dr. Von Kitty. Which is evolving in the information age. Over time, some cultures have progressed toward more complex forms of organization and control. This cultural evolution has a profound effect on patterns of community. Hunter-gatherer, hardly knower, tribes settled around seasonal food stocks to become agrarian villages. Villages grew to become towns and cities, cities turned into city-states and nation-states. Literally the only tolerable society. We live in a society. Also, there's no such thing as a tolerable society because we live in a society. The metaverse is a virtual society. I've decided no more cat streamer, buddy. I'm now a metaverse streamer. I'm now committing. I'm only going to stream exclusively from within the metaverse. Types. Societies. We live in societies. Are social groups that differ according to subsistence strategies, the ways that humans and cats use technology to provide needs for themselves. Although humans have established many types of societies throughout history, anthropologists tend to classify different societies, we live in societies, according to the degree to which different groups within a society, we live in a society, have unequal access to advantages such as resources, prestige, or power. For example, I pretend to be a cat on the internet, meanwhile other people have meaning in their lives. Dr. Von Kitty in a chat room. Sociologists will study Dr. Von Kitty for many centuries to come. As long as humanity survives, they will be studying what went wrong to lead a man to pretend to be a cat on the internet. Virtually all societies, we live in societies, have developed some degree of inequality among their people through the process of social stratification, the division of members of a society, we live in a society, into levels with unequal wealth, prestige, or power. For example, not going to do it. No, I am pretending to be a cat on the internet. Sociologists place societies within societies in three broad categories: pre-industrial, industrial, and post-industrial. Pre-industrial. Main article, pre-industrial society. In a pre-industrial society, food production, which is carried out through the use of human and animal labor, is the main economic activity. These societies, we live in societies, can be subdivided according to their level of technology and their method of producing food. These subdivisions are hunting and gathering, pastoral, horticultural, and agricultural. Stratified economy meta. I love when I have the stratified economy tech. I'm a firm believer that you should tech in a stratified economy as fast as possible, because that gives you plus one society. We live in a society. Hunting and gathering. Main article. Hunter-gatherer society. I hardly know her society. Image description is wrong? What? Sort of fire by hand. Well, I assume means they're not using like a machine. Your microwave is done being washed in the dryer. Oh, let me go. Oh, shit. My microwave's running. You should edit it, Green. You should go edit Wikipedia right now to say start a fire with a stick. So you should do. With the you gotta go edit it, Gringo. You better. This is for you. This is your moment. Sane people in Botswana start a fire by hand. The main form of food production in such societies, we live in societies, is the daily collection of wild plants and the hunting of wild animals. Hunter-gatherers, hardly knowers, move around constantly in search of food. As a result, they do not build permanent villages or create a wide variety of artifacts, and usually form small groups such as bands and tribes. However, what is the difference between a band of people and a tribe of people? Oh, I guess band is smaller. Okay. This reads us in chat. You are the sociologist. The Dr. Von Kitty chat is just a group of sociologists who are just live together, like studying Dr. Von Kitty. I'm way smaller than I would like to be. I would like to be a little larger than that. Oh, that's Wikipedia. I'm shit. Here we go. Who was last human of a band? It was me. Who was the first human of the tribe? It was Wikipedia. It's factual. However, some hunting and gathering societies within societies in areas with abundant resources, such as the people of Tinglet in North America, lived in larger hardly networked groups and formed complex hierarchical social structures such as chiefdom. The need for mobility also limits the size of these societies live in societies. Bands consist, oh, well, it literally defines here, of 15 to 50 people related by kinship. Statuses within the tribe are relatively equal and decisions are reached through general agreement. The ties that bind the tribe are more complex than those of the bands. Leadership is personal, charismatic, and used for special purposes only in tribal society. We live in a tribal society. Mini crunch bars for the trick-or-treaters. Yeah, that is a society moment. There is nothing that more delineates living in society than buying a few mini crunch bars for the trick-or-treaters and then eating them all on your own while watching a man pretend to be a cat on the internet. That says a lot about society. Searches within society, full screens, full page, screenshots, save images, make tests. Perfect. Perfect. See, Blobboy's learning a lot already just by watching this stream. Where were we? There are no political offices containing real power, and a chief is merely a person of influence. The family forms the main social unit, with most members being related by birth or marriage. The anthropologist Marshall Sahlins described hunter-gatherers as the original affluent society. We all live in the original affluent society. What is that linked to? Oh, that links to a thing. Due to their extended leisure time, adults in foraging and horticultural societies work on average about 6.5 hours a day, whereas people in agricultural and industrial societies work on average 8.8 hours a day. We live in this society. Oh shit, I zoomed out. Oops. Anarcho-preventism, or like anarcho-cativism. Pastoral, main article, pastoral society. We live in a pastoral society. Pastoralism is a slightly more efficient form of subsistence. Rather than searching for food on a daily basis, members of a pastoral society, we live in a pastoral society, rely on domesticated herd animals to meet their food needs. Pastoralists live a nomadic life, moving their herds from one pasture to another. Because their food supply is far more reliable, pastoral societies, live in a pastoral society, can support larger populations. Since there are food surpluses, fewer people are needed to produce food. As a result, the division of labor, the specialization by individuals, groups, and the performance of specific economic activities becomes more complex. For example, some people become craft workers producing tools, weapons, and jewelry, among us, other items of value. The production of goods encourages trade. This trade helps to create inequality, as some families acquire more goods than others do. These families often gain power through their increased wealth. The passing on of property from one generation to another helps to centralize wealth and power. Over time emerge hereditary chieftainships, the typical form of government in pastoral societies. You refuse to be a corporate product. I'm a corporate product. I pretend to be a cat on the internet. This is just like the start of Age of Empires. So true. When you're herding your sheep, when you're putting your first 8 villagers on sheep in Age of Empires 2, you were living in a pastoral society. A correction from a statement you made earlier. We live in all the types of society you've mentioned we live in, except the original affluent society. This is what society took away from us. We live in a society. Horticultural. Main article, horticultural society. We live in a horticulturalist society. Fruits and vegetables grown in garden plots that have been cleared from the jungle or forest provides the main source of food in a horticultural society. We live in a horticultural society. These societies, we live in societies, have a level of technology and complexity similar to pastoral societies. We live in pastoral societies. Historians use the phrase agricultural revolution to refer to the technological changes that occurred as long as 10,000 years ago that led to cultivating crops and raising farm animals. Some horticultural groups use the slash and burn method to raise crops. Actually, it's isn't it Swadden? Is it Swadden? Swadden Swidden. The correct term is swidden. You shouldn't say slash and burn. Slash and burn is an outdated term. Actually, I kind of want to edit Wikipedia and not say slash and burn. This wild vegetation is cut and burned, and ashes are used as fertilizers. Horticulturalists use human labor and simple tools to cultivate the land for 1 or more seasons. When the land becomes barren, horticulturalists clear a new plot and leave the old plot to revert to its natural state. They return to the original land several years later and begin the process again. By rotating their garden plots, horticulturalists can stay in one area for a fairly long period of time. This allows them to build semi-permanent to permanent villages. The size of a village's population depends on the amount of land available for farming. These villages can range from as few as 30 people to as many as 2,000. As with pastoral societies, live in pastoral societies, surplus food leads to more complex division of labor. Specialized roles in horticultural societies, we live in horticultural societies, include craftspeople, shamans, religious leaders, and traders, hardly knowers. This role specialization allows people to create a wide variety of artifacts. As in pastoral societies, live in pastoral societies, surplus food can lead to inequalities in wealth and power within horticultural political systems developed because of the settled nature of horticultural life. You like saying agrarian? Agrarian is a fun word to say. That's factual. Agrarian. Main article. Agrarian society. We live in an agrarian society. This is getting stale very quickly. Agrarian societies, we live in an agrarian society, use agricultural technological advances to cultivate crops over a large area. According to Linsky, the difference between horticultural and agrarian societies, we live in agrarian societies, is the use of the plow. Increases in food supplies due to improved technology led to larger populations than in earlier communities. This meant a greater surplus, which resulted in towns that became centers of trade, supporting various rulers, educators, craftspeople, merchants, religious leaders who did not have to worry about locating nourishment. Plowing with oxen in the 15th century. This image right here, this says a lot about society. This is me. This is my brain. This is what my brain looks like at all times. This is me, and this is content. And the plow is twitch.tv/Dr. Von Kenny. A product of society depicting society, that's really something, actually. You like saying so true. Your endurance is remarkable. Despite the fact that we live in society, my neural oscillations keep on oscillating. Greater degrees of social stratification appeared in agrarian societies who live in agrarian societies. For example, women previously had higher social status because they shared labor more equally with men. In hunting and gathering societies, we live in hunting and gathering societies, women even gathered more food than men. However, as food stores improved and women took on lesser roles in providing food for the family, they increasingly became subordinate to men. As villages and towns expanded into neighboring areas, conflicts with other communities inevitably occurred. Farmers provided warriors with food in exchange for protection against invasion by enemies. A system of rulers with high social status also appeared. This nobility organized warriors to protect the society from invasion. In this way, the nobility managed to extract goods from the lesser members of society. We are all lesser members of society that live in a society. Industrial. Main article. Industrial societies live in industrial societies. We made machines to do this faster, and then we made machines to simulate doing this faster for entertainment called Farming Simulator 22. That says a lot about... we've made a lot of jokes. That right there says a lot about society, actually. If you really think about it, that says a lot about society. Between the 15th and 16th centuries, a new economic system emerged. Capitalism is marked by open competition and a free market, in which the means of production are privately owned. Europe's exploration of the Americas served as one impetus for the development of capitalism. The introduction of foreign metals, silks, and spices stimulated great commercial activity in European societies. We all live in European societies. Farmville is the most profound statement of society to ever be weaved. That's going in the quote book. That's going in the quote book right there. And I think We Made Machines also gets immortalized in the quote book. Industrial societies, we live in industrial societies, rely heavily on machines powered by fuels for the production of goods. This produced further dramatic increases in efficiency. The increased efficiency of production of the Industrial Revolution produces even greater surplus than before. Now, the surplus was not just agricultural goods, but also manufactured goods. This larger surplus caused all the changes discussed earlier in the domestication revolution to become even more pronounced. Society calls specialization of the human worker to the point where the human spirit must be suppressed. The indomitable desire to live in a humble agrarian life is suppressed by society, so now we make Farmville and pretend to be a guy on the internet. We live in a society. Once again, the population boomed. Increased productivity made more goods available to everyone. However, inequality became even greater than before. The breakup of agricultural-based societies, we all live in agricultural-based societies, caused many people to leave the land and seek employment in cities. This created a great surplus of labor and gave capitalists plenty of laborers who could be hired for extremely low wages. You know what I'm starting to realize? This was a bit, right? The bit was, haha, it's so scary. We're reading about society. Anybody else starting to feel a little bit of existential dread and horror from reading the Wikipedia article? Is that just me? Am I alone in that? Have I accidentally just like created postmodern art? I just stumble into postmodern art. I imagine this article's only gonna get worse. Post-industrial, main article, post-industrial society. We all live in a post-industrial society. See also information revolution. Post-industrial societies, we all live in post-industrial societies, are societies, we all live in societies, dominated by information services and high technology more than the production of goods. Advanced industrial societies, we all live in advanced industrial societies, are now seeing a shift toward an increase in service sectors over manufacturing and production. The United States is the first country to have over half its workforce employed in service industries. Service industries include government, research, education, health, sales, law, and banking, and pretending to be a cat on the internet. It's gotten to the point where it's nothing new. So true. We all live in a modern society. Monka W, Monka S, Monka PogChamp moment. Fear often indicates an opportunity for learning. That's true, actually. That's factual. Characteristics. Me like screaming my head off playing Monstrum. Fear often indicates an opportunity for learning. Society all my life simply was my study of the man-made horrors, so they are within my comprehension. Wow, that really says a lot about society. Gender. Main articles, gender and gender role. Hardly know her and hardly know her role. The division of humans into male and female gender roles has been marked culturally by a corresponding division of norms, practices, dress, behavior, rights, duties, privileges, status, and power. Cultural differences by gender have often been believed to be arisen naturally out of the division of reproductive labor. The biological fact that women give birth led to the future cultural responsibility for nurturing and caring for children. Gender roles have varied historically, and challenges to predominant gender norms have recurred in many societies. Professor, can I get the hall pass? Why? Are you gotta use the bow. Yeah, no, you're lying. You're lying to me. You don't want to pay attention in class. No, you can't have the hall pass. You have to sit there and suffer. That's what you must do. Hi, I'm a nightmare professor. Nice to meet you. Very true. If we fear we don't understand and such, that's true. Fear of the unknown. She wants to smoke in the hit that vape in the stall. One time in calculus class, I cried in a bathroom stall. That's factual. That's a true story. I'm not making that up. Kinship. Main article, kinship. All human societies, we all live in human societies, organize, recognize, and classify types of social relationships based on relations between parents, children, and other descendants, consanguinity, and relations through marriage, affinity. There is also a third type applied to godparents or adoptive children, fictive. These culturally defined relationships are referred to as kinship. In many societies, we all live in many societies, it is one of the most important social organizing principles and plays a role in transmitting tasks and inheritance. All societies have rules of incest taboo. Help, stepsister, I'm stuck in the washing machine. According to which marriage between certain kinds of kin relations are prohibited, and some have rules of preferential marriage within certain kin relations. Yeah, it's super sad, yes. Need to smoke, then they ain't gonna be able to focus on the studies, let them go to it. So true. All societies, so true. Why was the calculus class in the bathroom stall though? I ask myself that every day, even now. I have a recurring, it's not very common, but I do have a recurring nightmare where I am back and I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't graduate high school. I have to take calculus class again. And I've forgotten calculus. I think handicapped student in the hall pass. Oh god, I just committed I committed an ADA violation. Fuck. Oh shit. Well, I'm suspended with pay. Social commentary. Everyone cries sometimes, but it's got to be bad to be public. Well, I was in the bathroom stall, so that helped, you know? I could have swore the medieval European society had actually encouraged incest among them. Well, I think that's what this was saying here. Rules of preferential marriage within kin relations. Although I will say that not most of medieval European society, like that, it was not uncommon insofar as it was useful for political alliances, but it was not like common in the way that Game of Thrones or Crusader Kings implies that it is. It was mainly that, you know, because like the top level of nobility was often descended very similarly, just because most of them derived from things like the Holy Roman Empire and like the Carolingian Empire, etc., etc. There was a lot of connection in the different like governments. So, and also, you know, the von Habsburgs were particularly egregious about it because they spread throughout Europe, right? You took calculus 2 and did great and had to retake it because they literally ran out of math classes to take more math to graduate and had awful grades because teachers really hated me. I was a different teacher. I feel like you should go to like the principal at that point and be like, I literally got an A in this class. I feel like you need to recognize something is wrong and I'm failing it now, you know? Ethnicity, main article, ethnic group. Human ethnic groups are a social category that identifies together as a group based on shared attributes that distinguish them from other groups. These can be a common set of traditions, ancestry, language, history, society, live in society, cultural. I love that society is not linked because we're on the society page. Culture, nation, religion, or social treatment within the residing area. Ethnicity is separate from the concept of race, which is based on physical characteristics, although both are socially constructed. Factual. Assigning ethnicity to a certain population is complicated, as even within common ethnic designations, there can be a diverse range of subgroups. The makeup of these ethnic groups can change over time at both the collective and individual level. Also, there is no general accepted definition of what constitutes as an ethnic group. Ethnic groupings can play a powerful role in the social identity and solidarity of ethno-political units. This has been closely tied to the rise of nation-state as the predominant form of political organization in the 19th and 20th centuries. The rise of the... When I was in 9th grade, we had to read a book called The Nation, about the rise of the nation-state, and I didn't read it. Government and politics. Main article, government and politics. For example, the hit game Democracy on Steam, $100 million. The early distribution of political power was determined by the availability of fresh water, fertile soil, and temperate climate at different locations. We're about to be right back to that soon, so we live in a society. I read half of the required reading books I had to sign. Yeah, I've read very little. Even in college, I did not read much of what I was told to read. As farming populations gathered in larger and denser communities, hardly known communities, interactions between these different groups increased. This led to the development of governments within and between the communities. As communities got bigger, the need for some form of governance increased, as large societies without a government have struggled to function. One you did read 1984, for example. You got just 1984, did you? Just got 1984. You read all of them except when you had to read 5 chapters textbook every few days as homework. Yeah, that was not valid. Symbolic. I do a little symbolism. I do a little postmodern art. As communities got bigger, the need for some form of governance increased, as all large societies, well, live in a large society, without a government has struggled to function. Humans have evolved the ability to change affiliation with various social groups relatively easily, including previously strong political alliances, if doing so is seen as providing personal advantages. This cognitive flexibility allows individual humans to change their political ideologies with those with higher flexibility that's likely to support authoritarian and nationalistic stances. The United Nations headquarters in New York City, which houses one of the world's largest political organizations. You had to read All Quiet on the Western Front. I didn't have to read that. You read a few of my textbooks, even though they weren't the most helpful. I don't know if I would read textbook chapters if only there were like quizzes or tests that forced me to, because they would like literally reference parts of the textbook. Otherwise I didn't. Massive and good name of subjects, only important part only gets one sentence. Yeah. Professors just teach from the book. What am I paying? You're paying them to live in a society. Governments create laws and policies that affect the citizens that they govern. There have been multiple forms of government throughout human history, each having various means of obtaining power and the ability to exert diverse controls on the population. As of 2017, more than half of all national governments are democracies. That number has gone down, with 13% being autocracies and 28% containing elements of both. Many countries have formed international political organizations and alliances, the largest being the United Nations with 193 member states. Like the history textbooks, but God ambiguities occurs when you can't get clarifications. That's why you just read Wikipedia and play Crusader Kings. That's teach all the history you need to know. Trade and economics. Main article is trade and economics. Trade. The voluntary exchange of goods and services is seen as a characteristic that differentiates humans from other animals and has been cited as a practice that gave Homo sapiens a major advantage over other hominids. Evidence suggests early H. sapiens made use of long-distance trade routes to exchange goods and ideas, leading to cultural explosions and providing additional food sources. I'm going to step on a landmine and have a cultural explosion. Providing additional food sources when hunting was sparse, while such trade networks did not exist for the now extinct Neanderthals. Early trade likely involved materials for creating tools like obsidian. The first truly international trade routes were around the spice trade through the Roman and medieval periods. The Silk Road, red, and spice trade routes, blue. It's true. Silk Road. Kind of crazy to imagine people were just like fucking, let me send shit from China all the way over here. Oh, the Silk Road went to Constantinople. Yeah. Or the Silk Road, wasn't the Silk Road like a piracy website or something for a while? Early human economies were more likely to be based off of gift giving instead of a bartering system. For example, gifting Twitch signs. We live in a society. Oh, it was a drug website. Okay, it wasn't piracy. It was, I guess it was piracy in a way. Early money consisted of commodities, the oldest being in the form of cattle and the most widely used being cowrie shells? For what? That's bonkers as hell. That's bonkers. I want to live in a society where we use cowrie shells. Ever heard of the Opium Wars? I love how the Opium Wars feels like a thing that would happen in like I'd be reading Game of Thrones, so it's like the Opium Wars have begun, but no, it was just a thing. Apparently making All Quiet on the Western Front into a Netflix movie. I thought it already had a movie. Money has since evolved into governmental issued coins, paper, and electronic money, such as Bitcoin and Catcoin. Human study of economics is a social science that looks at how societies distribute scarce resources among different people. There are massive inequalities in the division of wealth among humans. The 8 richest humans are worth the same monetary value as the poorest half of the human population. Cowage. So true. Cows have been so dusty you can just trade them. Even in the earliest societies in which we lived, cows were still a thing. We were at a film festival a month ago. That's kind of wild. That's kind of bonkers. I had something to say, but I was kind of like taken aback when we read this. Even though I knew this was true, it just took me a second. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about Bitcoin. I knew about Bitcoin like when it came out. I think about the fact that I was aware of Bitcoin when it first became a thing. And it was like, you know, a trillionth of a cent per Bitcoin. If I had been a few years older, I swear to God I would have invested, because I thought about it. I was too young. I didn't really have a good way to invest in it. If I had been a few years older, I swear to God I would be a Bitcoin billionaire. Because low-key, I think I would have bought some. Conflict. Although to be fair, I don't know if I would have saved it. You know, I probably would have spent it on some dumb shit, like a video game. First they came for the cows, I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. That says a lot about society. Conflict. See also war and violence. Humans commit violence on other humans on a rate comparable to other primates, but kill adult humans at a high rate, with infanticide being more common among other animals. It was predicted that 2% of early Homo sapiens would be murdered. Bruh. Rising to 12%. 1 in 10. There's no way that 1 in 10 people were murdered during the medieval period. I guess if you think about like war and stuff, that actually kind of tracks. Before dropping to below 2% in modern times. Bro, no wonder they call it the Dark Ages. Holy shit. I kind of want to read this. What the fuck? Hi Zen. Got to finalize some more. Yes, do that. Do that for sure so we can get it all processed. Hi Zen, how's it going, bestie? You can buy 2 games with your 10 bitcoins. Crage. Sag. War was like the night. That's actually one of the theories for why Europe went on to colonize the world, is that one, it had small political subdivisions. So there was a lot of like exchange of goods and people between them. 2, they fought a shit ton of wars and armies acted as vectors of disease. And 3, there was so much disease and war that people died at such alarmingly fast rates that the per capita wealth of European nations skyrocketed because they wouldn't stop killing. That's actually a theory. Is that literally the per capita wealth of European nations skyrocketed because they wouldn't stop killing each other. So, yeah. First, they came for the cowrie shells because I did not speak out because I was not one of the most common societies. Oh yeah, Zen, by the way, for my Halloween stream, the most horrifying thing I could come up with was to read the Wikipedia article on society. And it started as a bit, but then I read shit like the 8 richest humans are worth the same monetary value as the poorest half of the human population. Then I'm like, damn, I wasn't this scary stream do me going kind of hard right now. I'm not gonna lie. That is spooky, so true. There is great variation of violence between human populations. Race of homicide societies have legal systems and strong cultural attitudes against violence at about 0.01%. Thank you, Nightbot. We live in a society. It's very scary, oh well. The willingness of humans to kill other members of their species en masse through organized conflict, example, or in essence war, has long been the subject of debate. One school of thought is that war evolved as a means to eliminate competitors and has always been an innate human characteristic. Another suggests that war is a relatively recent phenomenon and appeared due to changing social conditions. While not settled, the current evidence suggests warlike predispositions only became common about 10,000 years ago, and in many places much more recently than that. War is at a high cost in human life. It is estimated that during the 20th century, between 167 million and 188 million people died as a result of war. That's just fucking bonkers, man. It's like, god damn. This was meant to be a dumb meme stream. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? Fuck. Pretend to be a cat in the internet. The humans that survived the Neanderthals were the war-coded ones. I think the Neanderthals went extinct in like 100,000 years ago. So there's like a 90,000 year gap there, isn't there? Contemporary usage, the term, quote, society, unquote, we live in a quote on society, unquote, is currently used to cover both a number of political and scientific connotations as well as a variety of associations. Western, main article, Western world. War coded can be latent behavioral tendencies, but yeah, it sounds like you're in the war is natural camp. I would say I'm more in the recent phenomenon appeared due to changing social conditions camp. Wesker, hardly know. I'm gonna Wesk all over the place. The development of the Western world has brought with this emerging concepts of Western culture, politics, and ideas often referred to as simply as Western society. We live in a Western society. Geographically, it covers, at the very least, the countries of Western Europe, North America, Australia, and New Zealand. It sometimes also includes Eastern Europe, South America, and Israel. The cultures and lifestyles of all these stem from Western Europe. They all enjoy relatively strong economies and stable governments, allow freedom of religion, have chosen democracies as a form of governance, favor capitalism and international trade, and heavily influenced by Judeo-Christian values, and have some form of political, military alliance of cooperation, and also they watch people to be a cat on the internet. It's just multifaceted, everything contributes something. It's true, we do live in a Western society. That's factual. Information. Main article. Information society. We live in an information society. Although the concept of information society, we live in an information society, has been under discussion since the 1930s, and the modern world is almost always applied to the manner in which information technologies have impacted society and culture. It therefore covers the effects of computers and telecommunications on the home, the workplace, schools, government, and various communities and organizations, as well as the emergence of new social forms in cyberspace. For example, twitch.tv/Dr. Fun Kitty. Welcome to my Twitch chat. The emergence of new social forms in cyberspace is about me. Hello, Thorny Jeans 0565. How's it going? How are you? I'm having a bit of an existential crisis reading the Wikipedia article in Society. Welcome. You're also going to have an existential crisis if you're anything like me. World Summit on the Information Society, Geneva. Good, and thanks for asking. If you stay, I wouldn't stick around if you want to stay good, because it is very scary what we're doing here. I'm not even memeing. It actually is kind of horrifying. One of the European Union's areas of interest is information society. We live in an information society. Here, policies are directed toward promoting an open and competitive digital economy, research into information and communication technologies, as well as their application to improve social inclusion, public services, and quality of life. Digital economy, for example, gifting Twitch subs. Yeah, my Halloween costume this year is Dr. Fun Kitty if he wasn't bald. So, the International Telecommunication Union's World Summit on the Information Society, we live in the World Summit on the Information Society, in Geneva and Tunis, 2003 and 2005, has led to a number of policy and application areas where action is envisaged. Well. Knowledge. Main article. Knowledge society. We live in a knowledge society. You've already had too many existential crises to be considered existential. You're so valid. Thank you for petting the Kimchi. What? Oh. No, it's fine. I fixed it. Wow, thanks Gringlor for petting the Kimchi. I really appreciate it. As the access to electronic information resources increased at the beginning of the 21st century, special attention was extended from the Information Society, we live in an information society, to the Knowledge Society, we live in a knowledge society. Hi Gamer Cookie, Happy William, Bestie, happy Halloween to you too, Bestie, how's it going? Welcome, we're reading about society, the scariest thing possible. An analysis by the Irish government stated, quote, the capacity to manipulate, store, and transmit large quantities of information cheaply has increased at a staggering rate over recent years. The digitalization of information and the associated pervasiveness of the internet and facilitating a new intensity in the application of knowledge to academic activity to the extent that it has become the predominant factor in the creation of wealth. As much as 70-80% of economic growth is now said to be due to new and better knowledge. Please have a sip of water. Well, I only have a Diet Pepsi, so I hope that's acceptable to you. Making a super scary Halloween cookie, we live in a society. So true. Is that it? You're telling me the whole all of society can be summarized in a few paragraphs? I'm pretty sure the cat article is longer than this. That's actually a very common criticism of Wikipedia, is that you can very much tell like what the interests are of the people on Wikipedia, because things like video games are longer than like culture of China. Good, just chilling and vibing. You're so valid. I would be chilling and vibing if not for the horror of reading about society. It's acceptable. Okay, I took a sip of Diet Pep. It's just that's very. I like how you noticed I didn't have a hydrate redeem, and you made your own. That's kind of based, actually. Well, healthcare in the United States is very long. I can only imagine that healthcare in the United States is very long. I don't want to go down the political rabbit hole that would be, though. I try to stay non-political. I will not stay non-political if I read the healthcare in the United States article. I just can't. It'll bring out something in me. I'll become a fucking political streamer if we do that. And I firmly believe that none of you should take my opinions on anything to mean anything at all. You actually die if you read that. Well, I mean, if you are stuck in the healthcare system, you probably will die. Society disambiguation. Society disambiguation from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Society is a grouping of, we live in a society, is a grouping of individuals who are unified or united by a network of social relationships and traditions and may have distinctive culture and institutions. Society, we live in a society, may also refer to arts, entertainment, and media. Society, film. We live in a society film. In 1989, Brian Usna film. Society journal. We live in a society journal. An academic journal founded in 1962. You haven't gone to a doctor since I broke my when I was 7. Well, I can't relate. America's so true. Oh, well, yeah, we read about the Wikipedia article on Halloween next. Society magazine. We live in a society magazine. An Indian magazine. Society play. We live in a society play. An 1865 comedy drama by Thomas William Robertson. Quote society unquote song. We live in a quote society unquote song. A 1996 song by Pennywise. Society video game. We live in a society video game. An online video game by Stardock. What is the society video game? What is this? Oh, so it's meant to be a society. Oh, that sounds fun. Seems like it's probably in development hell though. That seems cool though. You live in a society in the video game. And AI takes over and that's cool. Well. How many revolution involved with the existence of culture's healthcare massively contributes within the society. Impulse, the steam killer, what? Oh, what was this? The link rot. It was renamed the GameStop app. Wow. Quick question, if it is not too intrusive to consider yourself to be a healthy adult and these purposes, see how many hydrates it would take to kill you. I would say I'm a healthy enough adult that you probably wouldn't kill me from hydrating, right? Link rot. This is why Wikipedia on stream is scary, because we will go down. This is just what I do for fun. External links become dead as linked web pages to complete websites disappear. Yeah, so if you link directly to web pages instead of things like Internet Archive, if the link dies, then you kind of get nay-nay on. You consider yourself healthy. He's made of half Diet Pepsi. He cannot be killed with that. That's true, actually. That's true. You're just adding more to my bloodstream when there's already a lot in there. So, the Society TV series. We all live in the Society TV series. The 2019 teen mystery drama series on Netflix. Other uses. Learn Society. We all live in a learned society. An organization that promotes an academic discipline, profession, or a group of related disciplines. Quote, polite society, unquote. We all live in a, quote, polite society, unquote. A euphemism for the upper class. Society. We all live in a society. A group of Christians similar to a church congregation. Society ball. We all live in a society ball. A type of formal dance party. Society Islands. Imagine living on the Society Islands. A group of islands in French Polynesia. Just imagine. First of all, fuck you, James Cook, for naming them Society because they lay contiguous to another. That's dumb as hell. What is the population of the Society Islands? There are nearly 300,000 people who live on Society Island. I desperately want a Dr. Von Kitty viewer to be from Society Island. That's what I want. Look at that. Look at that. You've never met anyone from... I don't think I've also met anybody from Society Islands. Do you sip water or gulp your water? How many gulps or sips do you... You want to break out let me break out pain to calculate for you. I'll write an equation so you can shorten my drinking. I mean, it just depends, you know. The thirstier I am, I feel like the more I gulp, you know. But on stream, I typically do smaller sips, I would say. Please make a spread. Yeah, I'll make a spreadsheet. 500,000 live there. No, it's not 500,000. It's only 275,000. So it's like half a million. Quarter of a million. Not met many Polynesians. What about Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A? Society of Apostolic Life. We all live in a society of apostolic life, a group within the Catholic Church. Student society. We all live in a society. A student society. A student club. The vegan society. We all live in a vegan society. A charity dedicated to veganism. Society horse. Sip or gulp? I would say sip, probably. We all live in a society horse. An American thoroughbred horse. See also high society disambiguation. We all live in a high society disambiguation. Secret society disambiguation. We all live in a secret society disambiguation. Society the horse is still alive. I am cheesed to inform you all that the horse named Society is still alive. Secret Society is probably a shit show. It would not surprise me. I'm gonna see if I can find us a picture of Society the horse. No, that's not it. Okay, I found a picture of Society the horse. Society dominates. That is a horse named Society right there. Uncheese's Dr. Von Kays? Someone really named the horse Society. Society dominated the race. Horse-ciety, so true. Kind of vanilla looking horse. I mean, it's a horse named Society. Some people say, oh, I'm gonna ride into town on a horse with no name. I'm gonna ride into town with a horse named Society. It's a good representation of society. Hi, MJ, how's it going, bestie? I'm sorry, I just read Society is trained by U.S. Racing Hall of Fame trainer Steven M. Asmussen, and I had a mental breakdown. This caused me to have a mental breakdown. Hi, Fleshy Snow Meow. Vanilla horses are lame, and I have a kinky horse much more leather. Bruh. For the new people who just arrived, by the way, we've just finished reading the article on Society, which I do think was pretty scary. Yeah, this is really funny to me for some reason. I don't know why. I just find that statement incredibly funny. Well, I feel like the person who wrote this had to be like the owner of Society. I just couldn't imagine that somebody was like that invested in Society the horse to like write this article without having like a vested interest in Society the horse. Maybe I'm just dissenting. I don't know. $1 million. I just want you all to consider right now. Most of you are probably not worth $1 million. There is a horse worth more money than you, and that horse's name is Society. Make an article. Well, trying to make an article is complicated. You have to go through like a whole process. A really funny Wikipedia article, sure. A good representation of society is a horse named Poto. You're right. You're priceless. You're so right. Actually, you're all in my mind. You're all worth so much more than the horse named Society. Society is trained by U.S. Racing Hall of Fame trainer Steven M. S. I love our quote book, man. Hold on, let's get a quick quote here. It smells like cheese and Dr. Von Kitty. Not good. You're priceless, the second horse with a price. Damn right. We love all the self-confidence in the Dr. Kitty chat right now. The green stands for the selfish desire for attention. The blue stands for crying because you're a baby. The red stands for the blood you bleed from suffering that nobody can see. The yellow is for piss. I don't even know what colors you're talking about. What colors? Well, that must have been like a drawing I was doing or something. Wikipedia lamest edit wars. I think I've definitely read the Wikipedia. You can link it in chat if you want to. I think I've definitely read that at some point before, though. I've never had Don Pena do what he does to a game I care about. IDK if I'm ready for this emotionally. Poor Araxica. Potatoes. Oh yeah, I've definitely heard of potatoes before. You drawing Kimpty in the Joker paint? Oh yeah. Well, we live in a society. How long is this? I don't have like a timer on. Actually, do we have uptime? No, I don't. They'll tell me the current up. I'll have to look and see what the other VOD was in length. Hilariously topical. I'm having my Joker moment because we live in a society. Oh, my stream isn't loading. My favorite part of this is that it's not working. Truly, we live in a society. 60 minutes, so it's like an hour and a half. Well, end soonish, I think. Because I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about. Oh, gotta remove the M. Would mighty contest rise from trivial things? You can experience Wikipedians lose their heads and demote every waking moment to edit warring of the most trivial thing, wasting time debating topics of no practical value, wrestling over questions whose answers hold no practical consequence. Something that's a survivor of society that you're not ready to hear. A 32 128 water train that has no buffer and endpoint. It is fed by one offshore pump. It then travels to an offload 1,024 water tank buffer that feeds into a single boiler. 32 equivalent of one tank train that'll bring steam from the boiler to nuclear. That's an ancient reference that not many people are gonna get. Which is kind of wild to me how many people here are like post-date the Factorio streams. 1 hour, 20 minutes, Dr. Monkitty is running the stuff to talk about in the whole of Topic of Society. I'm kind of shocked at how short the article on society is. Like, all of human society took me like an hour to read. And that was saying we live in a society every time they said the word society. And also reading chat. What temperature is your room at to account for sweat? Okay, this is getting weird. Like, are you like calculating a number for me? Like, I would say I have a room temperature room. Final thing you done in Factorio World 2. That was Long Running World. That was a fun world, honestly. That was fun. Factorio brought me to Von Kitty. I think, were you space exploration, Thiaru? I think you might have been when I was doing space exploration. Like, I'm pretty sure the article on Cat is longer than Society. The fact that the Wikipedia article on Cat is longer than the article on... Okay, the article on Cat has 233 sources. The article on Society has 66 sources and, you know, a couple dozen references. Tell me that does not say a lot about society. Complex society. Bruh. Bruh. So true. I don't know who it was, but somebody didn't believe me the other day when I told them the Roman Empire collapsed in 1453. I don't remember where that was though. It might have been was in Kairos chat. Thing about society is that it doesn't spend much time trying to break down all the different societies. If it did that, it'd be stupid as long. I mean, I would say it's a pretty good introduction to like basic sociology. Maybe it was elsewhere then. The Byzantine Empire was just the Roman Empire. The term Byzantine Empire was created by historians to delineate the differences between what we refer to as like the ancient Roman Empire and the later Roman Empire, which we call the Byzantine Empire. But it was just the Roman Empire. Everybody called them the Roman Empire. They viewed themselves as the Roman Empire. Of course, the Holy Roman Empire was also like, we're the real Roman Empire. We're the real continuation of the Roman Empire. So, much gives that was it, Blobboy. You saying it, Blobboy? Hi, Say, how's it going, Bestie? Welcome. You're counting the maximum and minimum number of points required to kill, and then going to raid, and by seeing how much you stream on average, I'm counting the amount of time required to get enough points to kill you. I see. Well, part of the problem you have is that I don't have a hydrate redeem. So at any point I could just be like, no. So I feel like that's sort of a wrench in your plan here. When did they become the Holy Roman Empire? Who? Hi, Worm. How's it going, bestie? Welcome. Russia also considered itself as continuing. Russia was often called the Third Rome for that reason. Because they were like post-Byzantines, I think. Especially because they were one of the few Orthodox places. Hi, Zen. Wow. Society. What's the top edit war? Was Chopin French, French-Polish, Polish, or Polish-French? Bee Gees, are they British or Australian? Export House. Caesar salad was the tasty salad invented in Mexico in 1924 or in ancient Rome? Did I ever tell the salad story on stream when I ate the salad at work? Well, I didn't eat the salad, that was the whole point of the story. I know Kai told the story on her stream. Did I ever tell the story on my stream? If not, I'll tell that story now. Third Rome, the Romaning. Rome 3. I don't know what the third I did during Spyro. Okay, told the story. Eagles Band. Does the name of the band include the definite article? Is it Eagles or the Eagles? Wii. Is this article about Wii or Nintendo Wii? Should we link to here? I'm a child. How much sodium do you consume regularly? I plead the fifth. Saying they're called the Byzantine Empire by that age because a lot of different people get confused by the different names. They don't know a lot of history. Well, yeah, I guess my point is it is confusing because the fact that we know the Byzantine Empire doesn't indicate the fact that they're literally just the Roman Empire. Like it was contiguous, right? They split with the Western Roman Empire. Western Roman Empire collapsed. The Eastern Roman Empire still existed. We just took to calling it the Byzantine Empire because it was useful in terms of like the historiography. But it was just the Roman Empire. The green stands for selfish desire. God damn it. The yellow stands for piss. So true. Avril Lavigne. Was her radio hit from her debut album Let Go spelled with I'm With You, or was that... Bruh. A lot of people pair soda with... I have drinking Diet Pepsi mixed with vodka before. It was bad. I would not recommend. This really says a lot about society. This is one of my greatest Dr. Funk doodles. I will say I really like this Dr. Funk. I like how this one turned out. I'm a fan. Take that as average. Sure. Whatever cheeses you, my friend. This is interesting. E. 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 The picture of the squirrel. Look at that! That is a hell of a gentleman! Squirrels can't spell. So true, Wikipedia, and you should say it. Look at him, he has drip! Bro, what the hell are those? Oh my god! I am losing my mind. Gucci nuts indeed! Holy shit, he got the Riz! He has the Riz, everyone! I am sorry to announce that this gentleman, common_squirrel.jpg is his name, has the Riz. Sorry, I'm seeing if I can cut him out. He got the Riz. It's unbelievable. I wasn't emotionally prepared to see a squirrel with that much Riz, yet here we are. That says a lot about society. You want to know what says a lot about society? Is this. Look up the Riz. The Riz is New York City slang created by Twitch streamer and YouTuber named Kai Cenat. This means you have game and get bitches. Urban Dictionary. So he has game and gets bitches, in case you're wondering. If you want the squirrel lore, that's the squirrel lore for what the Riz is. I saved the common squirrel image and I don't know where it went. He does sort of have big Chungus energy. Has game and gets refined ladies. He gets those squirrels. Or male squirrels or non-binary squirrels. I don't judge. I don't know where the image has gone. I don't know why it's sorted like that. Okay. Let's see if my select tool can select without grabbing the grass. No, it can't. Okay. I'm about to make the most rudimentary cut of this squirrel. Do, 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 do. Truly, we live in a society, everyone. He's a Sigma squirrel. I don't think he's a Sigma squirrel. He does not seem like a Sigma squirrel to me at all. I mean, I don't know much, to be fair, so like take everything I say with a grain of salt. With a grain of nuts. These nuts, got him. All right, let me do a few refining edits on Mr. Squirrel here. Truly, we live in a society. That squirrel is outside of categorization. This looks like from your end. I just went to your stream and was like, how are you? And the 2 seconds I was just like, what is the minimum effort it would take to kill you? I mean, that's pretty... Among the things that are said to me when I'm streaming, I would say that's honestly pretty normal. Like, that wouldn't even probably make the top 10 strangest things that have been said to me when I was streaming. So... Lots of salty, sugary snacks. I would love some snacks, actually, if you have some snacks. Sorry, no, you're good. Okay. I've almost finished my work. My job is almost complete. I'm just using you as a reference. Quite, you know, earlier we were joking about sociologists studying Dr. Von Kitty. That's you. You're the sociologist studying Dr. Von Kitty right now. Everybody get ready, because I'm about to I'm gonna name this One Hell of a Gentleman. Prepare yourselves. Once again, sorry, you're good. I promise. Everybody get ready. Prepare yourselves. Are you ready? It's beautiful. Make him a text-to-speech bot right now. It's gonna be like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Gonna pitch it up. Make this a reward. Make what a reward? The squirrel? These nuts? You got him? You got him? Now everyone, if society was not scary enough for you, if you managed to get through this without being at least a little like existential dread about some of the shit we read, because there was some fucked up shit that we just read, get ready for complex society. Make the squirrel pop up for 20 minutes in the bottom left of the screen for a 5K channel appointment. I kind of like that, actually. That's kind of a good idea. Complex society. Okay, I gotta get rid of the we. I can't say we live in a society after every society because it's going to drive me mad. I will say it sometimes, not always. The squirrel is making me uncomfortable, probably developing an inferiority complex. I mean, before I even knew the squirrel existed, I felt inferior to that squirrel, which really says a lot about society. Hydrate, please. You got it. Complex society is going to retread. I guess we'll see. We'll find out. Complex society, from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Music stopped for a second, I didn't like that. A complex society is a concept that is shared by a range of disciplines, including anthropology, archaeology, history, and so. What if I speed read? You already hear me speed read. Describe a stage of political formation. The concept was formulated by scholars attempting to understand how modern states emerged, specifically the transition from small kingdom-based societies to large structured societies. Complex societies characterize features such as state with large population, the main requirements of individual labor, the inequality, archaeology features such as architectural practice, and bureaucrats, the specialized skill sets, or organizational structure. This term is mostly used for storytelling society with students production. Emerging complex societies. For humans being consensus of primitive societies, historical consensus of societies before them, so then the BC and in China. According to traditional states emerged spark for development complex societies and gradual soul processes. It's working for me. You may not understand what I'm saying, but my brain is. You are no micro machines. Squirrel makes this a scurry day. I'm scurrying. Since you're doing Diet Pepsi, I have to rework everything to account for either one. I see. Okay, got it. I fucked up your math because here I was drinking Diet Pepsi all along. Let me take a swig of Diet Pepsi. What did human beings live in before they developed complex societies? I'm gonna go with simple societies. But again, I pretend to be a cat on the internet, so take that with a grain of salt. You're so scared right now. This is the scariest dream. This is horrifying. Sedentary society. That's me. That's me right there. That just described me. Dr. Von Kitty pretending to be a cat on the internet. It's a sedentary society. That shit's crazy, but I'm asking, it was privative? Primitive societies. Young scrolls. Drink water. Warning explicit. Oh, primitive. No, you're good. Primitive societies. I live in a primitive society. Explicit language. Like, define explicit. Explicit in a way that I don't want to listen to it on stream. This is horror. For the unaware, in the cat article, in fact, I can show you. I can show you. Now people meme, they're like, haha, it's the internet's so funny because we hate France or whatever. I have a genuine reason for fearing France. The French used to burn baskets, barrels, and sacks full of live cats. Louis XIV himself, the Sun King, lit the fire that burned a basket of cats just because they thought it was funny. That's fucked up, man. Fuck any society that does that in particular. Isn't that fucked up? Like, what the fuck? When we read the cat article, I was losing my mind at this. Absolutely bonkers. Not to mention the fact that they sent the first cat to space and then euthanized her immediately so they could study her brain. There's no Twitch, it's up to your discretion. I'm listening to it off stream though. I did listen to a little bit of the Young Scrolls that was dropped in the shitposting channel on Discord. It was an annual holiday. Yeah, it was like it was a celebration. They had parties. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? It's fucked up. It's fucked up, man. Fuck that. Bullshit. 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 This can enjoy cruelty, strange trauma, where social agreement can permit things about our psyche to express that tend to be suppressed to us. We live in a society. Warning, very scary. We live in a society. Actually, you know what we need to do? Society. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. For other uses, see society disambiguation. A society is a group of individuals involved in persistent social interaction, or a large group of social group sharing the same spatial or social territory, typically subject to the same political authority and dominant cultural expectation. I'm an adult man. What the hell am I doing here, man? What the hell is that? What the fuck, man? I'm pressing the insane button. I'm having a mental breakdown. Having a mental breakdown. Because we live in a we live in a society. Oh whoa. Oh no. It's like oh whoa, but sad. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Cats can have a little salami. You think Twitch will finally let me rename the Redeem to have salami in it? Think they'll permit that now? I'll see. So we will read a little bit about society here in a second. You don't think they will? I just want to see. I just want to know. Cats can have a little salami. Nope. You still cannot put the word salami in a Twitch redeem. Okay, who's ready to learn about Halloween? Halloween, or Halloween, less commonly known as Al-Halloween, All Hallows Eve, or All Saints Eve, is observed in many countries on the 31st of October, the eve of the Western Christian feast of All Hallows Day. What the fuck is All Hallows Day? Am I the only one who's never heard of that before? It begins the observance of All Hallowtide, the time in which the liturgical year dedicated to remembering the dead, including saints, hallows, martyrs, and all the departed. One theory holds that many Halloween traditions were influenced by Celtic harvest festivals, particularly the Gaelic festival Samhain, which are believed to have pagan roots. Some go further and suggest that Samhain may have been Christianized as All Hallows Day, along with these by the early church. That was really common, actually. Basically, Christian like missionaries and proselytizers would just go to Eastern Europe and they'd be like, "Hey, Jesus is cool. You should worship him." And they'd be like, "Yeah, but what about our other religion?" They'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's all true, but Jesus is cool." And that's how they spread Christianity to Eastern Europe. That's factual. Look it up. Well. Trick-or-treating, costume parties, making jack-o'-lanterns, lighting bonfires, divination, apple bobbing. No. No, that's apples. It does seem very unsanitary. I don't think I've ever been apple bobbing, personally. Also, I may have accidentally just deleted Wikipedia. Oopsie. Whoopsie. Let me add Wikipedia back. Official stance of the Catholic Church that witches don't exist. Interesting. Gotta have my waifu here. Need my waifu to support me as I'm learning about society. That's it, stream peaked. Yeah, it's all downhill from here. There's really, where the hell else do we go, you know? I should just end stream right now. I actually genuinely consider just pressing end stream. Bobbing for apples! No. Wow. Gotta bob for those apples. Do some apple bob. Thank you for paying the Kempty 3R. Oh, I've ignored all of your. I'm so sorry. Thank you for booping the Kempty. Thank you for booping the Kempty. Thank you for paying the Kempty. Thank you for paying the Kempty R3R. I really appreciate it. I sincerely appreciate it. Alternative theories about complex society. Huh. The collapse of complex societies. Burn the Kempty, redeem win. That's kind of morbid. I guess it's not that different from bad Kempty. By the way. Oh, I tried to press the throw button and it didn't work. I guess that really says a lot about society. Thank you for having the Kempty 3R. I appreciate it. Wow. Society. Euthanize the Kempty to study his brain, redeem. I'm going to hell for laughing at that. Just for fun, whoever wants to use a highlight message hydrate and wants to commit murder on here illegally would take an estimated maximum of 100,000 points to drinking water. So you're saying for the same cost in points to end my stream, you could kill me? Again, the flaw in your plan here is that I can just say no. It's not like I have a hydrate redeem and it's like I'm sort of honor bound. Like, oh man, I have a hydrate redeem, I better hydrate, right? Like you have creatively adapted the highlight your message to do that, right? Why end stream if you can end your life? I would rather not end my life by drinking water because somebody spent 100,000 meow dollars to tell me to. Don't think that's really a risk for me. I would say I'm much more afraid of society than that. Kempty has no honor? Not at all. That's not based. That is not based in water build. There's a machine that directly injects water. Every time you redeem hydrate, it forces me to drink water. I'm pretty fucked up. Thank you for paying the Kempty, by the way, 3R. Thank you for paying the Kempty, 3R. Well, as a stream, everybody. So that's cat stream. This is cat stream. We learned a lot about society. Very painful way to die. You seem to be very much into this whole death thing, Thorny Jeans. I don't know how I feel about that. How about we stop talking about killing me? We live in a society. Oh, that's Wikipedia again. Come on. You go over there. What redeem are you saving for? If you don't mind me asking. Truly, this says a lot about society. Inside of you are two creatures. Your face lives in a society, that's true. Take it all in, everybody, by the way. You only get non-bald Dr. Von Gitty once a year. Really less than that, because next Halloween I'm probably not going to do it again. See, for research, anyway, yes, this does say a lot about society. So true. The primal squirrel and the cyber frontier denizen. You're not telling me, Mr. Ormvale. I'm going to drink my Diet Bepis. I'm also out of Diet Bepis now, so I couldn't even keep drinking if I wanted to. Oh, wow. Damn, it's 11:41 p.m. Bruh. Bruh. Major bruh moment. Oh. I'm slinking down in my chair. My eyes aren't closed, but the angle is making it think they are. Well, thanks everybody for coming to the cat stream. I hope you were all sufficiently scared by society. I know I sure was. Truly the existential horror of living in a society. I might stream tomorrow. I am planning taking about a weekish off. I have to go out of town for work for a few days, and then I just could use a break from stream. I'm going to work on a video though. Spoilers: the next cat YouTube video is going to be the McDonald's. Yes, we will watch clips. The next cat YouTube video is going to be the McDonald's stream, the McDonald's roleplay. That'll be on YouTube sometime in the next couple weeks, I hope, because I'm aiming for 1 video per month. I've been trying to be more active on TikTok recently. That's the goal. Wait, context? You were what? You were a cat. Inside of you, there are 2 creatures. One snores like honk, shoo, and the other like honk, me, 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 me. So true. You pirated Dr. Von. I give you Dr. Von Smoochies and you would pirate it? That's unbelievable. Truly, this says a lot about society. Wait, hold on. Y'all want to? I'm gonna do something lewd. Wait, can I? Oh, I may have pinned Wikipedia. I was gonna give her a smoochie, but then I realized that we're facing the same direction. And I can't, like, turn my head. It's the limit of this model, is I can't really turn my head. Yeah. I'll do, like, it's gonna be a quick Spider-Man moment. Like, don't mind me. Woo! Okay, I can't do it. I'm sorry, I'm nervous around women. If you don't remember from the McDonald's stream, that's canon Dr. Von Kitty lore. My hair is now askew. Okay, clip moment. Bow. I gotta say, this horror music kind of. Hey, shut the fuck up, Dr. Von Kitty. No one loves you. Okay. It's gonna fall off because I'm upside down. Just my cat hair. Okay. Who's ready? Let me mute the music. Halloween celebrations. Trick-or-treating, costume parties, making jack-o'-lanterns, lighting bonfires, good clip. Apple bob. I approve. No. No, that's apples. No, that's apples. Mmm, tasty, tasty. Love when my candy apples are candied in saliva. Oh, that's horrifying. You were there, and then you were like, that's you approaching the screen. You're now like, your nose is touching. Everybody who wants to give Dr. Von Kitty a smooch, everybody give. Okay, put your face. Okay, I'm doing it. Okay, I'm doing it. Oh god, I almost just fell. Everybody get smoochy time. I smooched him. I had to get all up and close to my screen, but I did it. Anime boyfriend. I just smooched myself. Oh man, that was pretty lewd. Just Dr. Von Kitty self-cessed, everybody. Fucking clip it and ship it. One opportunity. If you didn't. A little self-cessed moment. I'm deleting the VODs. You were there. Bruh. Well, somebody, if you don't mind, I can do it if nobody does. I want to clip the when I did the society reveal. I was proud of how that went. Dr. Von Kitty anime boyfriend stream. That's Carly Rae Jepsen. That is, I cannot play that on stream, tragically. Okay, well I hope you all enjoyed smooching Dr. Von Kitty. Donkel's cat moment. Thanks for coming to stream, everybody. I really appreciate it. Very epic and poggers of all of you to be here and to watch the cat stream. Thank you so much. It's Camus for following our 500th follower. Very epic and poggers until somebody unfollows and then we un-500 follows. Thank you. It Blawboy for gifting 5 subscriptions to Barney DNO, Say Ranieri, Crypstesia, and Dementis Stress 64, and Donatello for resubscribing 13 months. Does this make me a furry? Did you smooch Dr. Von Kitty? Because if so, kind of? Not really. Because I mean, I very often got, I'm sorry, I'm extending stream talking about it. I've very often gone down the rabbit hole of whether or not I count as a furry as Dr. Von Kitty. I would say no. In a academic sense, yes. In a cultural sense, no. is my answer. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for being here. No need to apologize for being late. You're so valid. Until somebody if Blobboy unfollows. I got him. Got him. Oh, let me switch back to vibing. Get my gentleman up here. Have him hanging out with me. Me and my boy Big Chungus Squirrel. Anyway, thanks for coming stream, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all those people I just thanked. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic, amazing, wonderful looking poggers rest of your day/night. I'm having an existential crisis. It really do be like that sometimes. So true. Yeah. I will see you all next time. Maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then probably a week from now-ish. Maybe a little longer. Bye, everybody. That squirrel, he's absolutely rizzy. So true. He's a squimple glump. So true. Thank you for putting him through our. Bye, everyone. Meow. Let me wait for the pet. Meow.